right, so I mean, if you are the kind of person that ever creates any kind of projects, like a project for school, a PowerPoint, a Prezi, a Google Slide, that kind of thing, or if you're the kind of person that does projects kind of as a hobby, like videos or any kind of, like online stuff, or if you are in charge of doing this kind of multimedia kind of thing for your work, this is where Creative Commons can actually pretty seriously benefit you if you know how to use it, know how to find stuff. So really fast, I'm going to show you a way to use Google and Creative Commons to help you out. So I'm just going to do a simple search. I'm just going to search for dog. It's fine. Go to images. Now, for the most part, probably everybody's been this far, right? You've been to Google Image before. I've been to Google Image before. Okay, but one thing that people don't notice, and you can only see it when you're at the top of the screen. Once you scroll down, you can't see it anymore. But notice right in the middle here, there's a Tools button. Okay, so if you click that Tools button, the screen jumps down a little bit and it gives you this set of tools. Now, for me, if I was going to create, like, let's say a PowerPoint that I had to present to other teachers or to the district or administration or to students, or it doesn't really matter. Let's say I wanted to have a picture of a dog or whatever the picture is. It just doesn't matter what it is. But I wanted to make sure that if I blew it up, made it nice and big on a projector, full screen for my PowerPoint, I want it to look nice. Under these tools can help you fix that problem. Over here on the left, there's a size option. So the first thing I usually do is put this on large. Okay, I only want Google to return images of dogs where the picture, not the dog, is large, but the picture is large. And here's what I'm talking about, this little guy right here. If I wanted to use him in a slideshow, okay, if I open him up full size, look how big that picture is. That's not a little tiny one that's going to end up looking all stretched and pixelated and garbagey when I pull it out to be full size, the whole size of my slide. Now this is kind of an extreme example. It ended up pretty big, but okay, that's those tools. You can also, like, let's say I have a friend who actually, right now she's living in Ireland, and she's a musician, and she just posted a new song. She's got a channel on Spotify, I think. Anyways, she just posted a new song, and she does her own music videos. She wanted all of her pictures for the video that she borrowed or that she shot with her own camera to be in black and white. Now, keep this in mind. If I go ahead and put the color on black and white, Google didn't take the pictures that I had and made them black and white. That's not how that works. If you had like a Photoshop or something, you could make your own photos black and white. That would be fine. But in this case, all it did was all of the pictures or the images that it's reporting for my search for dog pictures, it's only returning the ones that are pretty much black and white. Okay, these pictures were all black and white to begin with. Okay, which is kind of crazy because some of them aren't really, like, that's a color picture right there. There's some red down here, but anyways, the computer believes it's black and white, so it reported that picture. So I can do any kind of color theme I want. The pictures overall are purple-ish, but the dogs don't necessarily have to be purplish. See that? There's this dog right there in the purple flowers. The dog itself is not purple. Okay, so if you have some kind of color theme that you're going with, you can do that right here. Kind of any color theme you want. That's pretty cool. But as far as Creative Commons goes, notice this one right here, this tool right here. says usage rights. And when you open that up, you've got two choices. Either Creative Commons or basically everything that's not Creative Commons. So I can actually have Google only return or report images that are Creative Commons. Now, this is not 100%. In fact, I've noticed that this website right here, Pixabay, is using or reporting their licenses in a way that's not really valid anymore. They need to update their reporting of licenses. Okay, so I can actually tell Google to not give me any pictures from Pixabay. If they're always showing up in my searches and they're pissing me off because they're not what I want and they don't work correctly, I can tell Google to ignore Pixabay. Okay, you guys know how to do that? Okay, this is called a Boolean search. And you can't really see it. If you were doing it on your screen, you could try it. But here I've got my dog search up here, right? I'm going to go a space after dog. Then I'm going to do a minus sign. And I'm going to type in what I don't want returned. So I don't want Pixabay. So I'm going to type in Pixabay. So I'm asking it for all the dog pictures it can find, but not anything that says Pixabay. And now I do that search. Problem with that is it reset all of my tools. So I got to put those back where I had them. And now notice that none of the pictures that I have, which you kind of can't see very well, but none of my pictures are from Pixabay. I've completely told Google to cut that completely out of the search. No Pixabay. That's what they call a Boolean search. Okay? You can tell it minus anything. Like if you're searching for mouse, this is a stupid example, but if you're searching for mouse and you keep getting Mickey Mouse when you wanted a computer mouse, a new computer mouse, right? You could literally put in mouse minus Disney, and that means that no website that mentions Disney is going to show up on your screen. Now, it doesn't mean that you won't get like actual furry mice and stuff as well, that's why it's kind of a stupid example, but that's how Boolean operators work, or Boolean searches. So anyways, now that I have my Creative Commons license turned on, here's what I can do. And I don't remember any of these that I wanted to look at particularly, but here's a little dog picture. That's kind of cool. Notice that now down here I have a link that says license details. If I click that, it takes me to the details of that license. Now this one is also using the retired version, so that's not going to help us. Let's try this one. Okay. So this particular picture right here, this dog picture, is licensed Creative Commons Attribution. That's where this hits the worksheet that we just finished. Because what does attribution mean? If you borrow this picture, what do you have to do? Okay, you have to give credit to the original owner or the original poster, which sometimes you can just put a little text box down here, like when you put it in your PowerPoint, and you can say image by, Thorhammer 69, whatever their username is, right? TechGod 41. Or if they give you an actual name, you can put actual name, image by, Grimshaw Photography or whatever. See that? Now, what does attribution allow you? What can I do with this image? As long as I give credit to the original poster or the original account, what am I now allowed to do with that picture? Well, here you go. This lists it out, even though you should know already because you did a worksheet on it, right? I can copy it. I can redistribute it. I can change the format if I want. I can remix it, transform it. I can build upon it. Any other reason, any purpose. I can even sell it. So I can take this picture, draw some sunglasses and a pipe on here for a pipe smoking, sunglasses wearing dog, right? Then I could totally blow that up large, put it in a frame, and sell it on my Etsy store. It's not even my picture, but that's what the license allows you to do. I can remix it, I can change it, I can add to it, and it can even be for commercial purposes. Okay, let's try another one. See what this one says. Oh, here we go. This one is Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike. Now, I know a lot of students get confused about share alike. That doesn't mean that the picture has to be the same when you share it. You can still alter it. You can still edit it. You can still remix and transform it. So I could put sunglasses and a ham sandwich in this dog's mouth. Put a beret on him there. Whatever I want to do in Photoshop, I can do that. I can even resell this. If I want to put it on my Etsy store and sell it, totally can do that. But what has to happen is when I redistribute it, the license, because it says share alike, the license has to be Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike. I cannot change the license, even though I changed the picture. See that? That's what share alike means. A lot of students get that confused. It doesn't mean that you can't remix or edit the photo. It means that when you redistribute it, the license has to be the same. Okay, does that make sense? Which one of the licenses means you can't remix it or transform it or edit it? Because there is a Creative Commons license for that. You remember what it is? So you remember the ND license? What is that name for the ND license? Because sometimes you see these licenses as the icons here. Sometimes they'll spell it out like that. But a lot of times this is all you'll see. CC BY SA. So if this said CC BY ND, that would be attribution, no derivatives. No derivatives mean you can't mess with it. You can't alter it. You can't change it. You can't edit it or transform it or remix it. That means that the actual Creative Commons licensed intellectual property has to stay the same. That's how you use Google to find images that you can like literally do anything with them you want. This one right here is Creative Commons public domain. This one I don't even have to give credit to. Do whatever I want with that. Can even resell it. If I can convince somebody to buy it, that would be awesome. Right? And remember, we're just looking dogs. Like this is just, like we didn't actually search much of anything. We just searched for dog pictures. Okay? Here's one that's just attribution. Let's check out this bug-eyed doggy. Just attribution. Could totally use that for a meme. You could slap some words right on that and make it into a internet meme. Maybe it's your, into the next sensation. It's going to go viral. You'll be trending with your bug-eyed dog. It's absolutely crazy how much of this stuff is just available. I don't know if I'd mess with that one. These guys are doing their weird, nobody understands it license. So that one's public domain as well. No copyright at all. Isn't that crazy?